ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at ILTV.tv and watch from any device.
Shifting now to Iran, citizens lining up for blocks on Tuesday as an alleged cyber attack disrupts refueling systems at gas stations all across the country. Now, the hack targeting government-issued electronic cards that Iranians use to buy subsidized fuel. And similar to a hack from July on Iran's railroad systems, when the cards are used, a message reading cyberattack 64411 appears, the number corresponding to the Ayatollah's office hotline regarding questions on Islamic law or Sharia.
الان من 15 تا رفتم 15 جا رفتم هنوز این 15 جا هنوز نتونستم بنزین بدم 4 ساعتم از اینجا واسطادم یعنی الان منتظریم که هنوز بس بشه هنوزم وصل نشد.
والا ما الان از صبح که من در اومدم با موتور یه 4 5 تا 6 تا جایگاه رفتم همشون میگن کارت سوخته رو هک کردن نمیتونیم بنزین بزنیم که الان اخبارم اعلام کرد که گفت آقا کارت سوخته رو اگه هک کردن هم میتونید آزاد بزنید آزادم نمیدن. الان ما بنزین تموم کردیم مثل من 200 تا موتوری از من دیدم.
خیلی خبرهای ضد و نقیض شنیده میشه راجع به حمله سایبری. اینو شما تایید میکنید؟
نه خیر هنوز به اصطلاح مسئله در واقع مشکل بررسی نشده. این هم داره در واقع از طریق افراد داره در واقع بررسی میکنن که ببینیم آقا مشکل در واقع از کجاست. مشکل نرم افزاری بوده یا مشکل در واقع مشکل یک حمله به اصطلاح سایبری تو این قضیه بوده.
آقای سالاری
والا مشکل که ما این همه نفت و بنزین داریم نباید قطعا این مشکل اون باشه. مشکل اصلی چیز دیگه است. مشکل اصلی اینه که مردمو یه خورده دارن بازی میدن به نظر ما. این کارا یا میخوان بنزین رو گرون کنن یا عادت کردیم به این چیزا.
Oren Elimelech, founder and CEO of Cyber Team 360 and research associate for the Institute for Counterterrorism at the IDC Herzliya, joining us with more. Thanks so much, Oren. Now, what goes into an attack like this and how complex is it to pull off?
It's not the most easiest task. It's quite complex because you need to orchestrate multiple aspects. But considering the Iranian infrastructure and they are not the most up to date, but they do have capabilities. So usually similar to other big cases that we've seen throughout the world, even in big states and countries, sometimes you find a weak spot and then they leverage the attack. But from my perspective, to cause such a damage, there are other ways to influence and not to declare to Khamenei, where is our gas? There's other ways.
So how complex is an issue like this to resolve?
It is, once they found the root cause, they're able to circumvent it and then deal with it. So usually they try to find what was the culprit. In this situation, they blocked the cards. They presented a message that you detailed regarding the cyber attack 64411. They also detailed a message on various screens throughout the roads, telling Khamenei where is our gas in Arab. But once they found what is the malfunction, by the way, even though it says it's a cyber attack and affiliating it to other countries, that you need still to make sure that it is. But once they find the cause, they're able to remedy that. I suspect that it will happen within the next day or so.
All right, now none have taken credit so far for this apparent attack, but would you be so quick to point the finger at Israel or the United States as Iran seems keen to suggest?
No, I will not, since there is no data to support that, but it does fit the Israeli narrative considering former attacks. But again, as I mentioned, it's not the most elaborate attack. There is other ways to influence the country. And to put a message detailing and showing Khamenei where is our gas, there's other means and other vector. I would not hack to a gas station and put that message on the screen or influence that. It's a very low impact. But I can tell you there's a rapid escalation between Israel and Iran. And so the pointing a finger and blame to each other is understandable. And again, as mentioned, that does fit the Israeli narrative, looking at past attack, but I would not say that we can affiliate and the attribution belongs to either the US or Israel.
All right, now we heard earlier a citizen alleging that this could be a government ploy just to increase gas prices. The hack also comes ahead of the second anniversary of huge protests against rising fuel prices in Iran, and hacked street signs, as you mentioned, carried messages against Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. So could the hack be somehow related to, in Iran, Iranian groups in the country, or is it more likely that an outside influence, Israel, the United States, or anybody else is more responsible?
I would say that the first, until proven otherwise, that it could be some internal arguments trying to dethrone or destabilize the situation. So I think the first one is more appropriate than the latter.
And do you have maybe some evidence, or can you expand on that a little bit?
I cannot share more information on this, but definitely, I'm sure more stuff will be divulged following. But as mentioned, even though that it fits the narrative and, pointing a finger at Israel is always a nice way to blame the Zionists, it doesn't suit to have such an attack, even though considered sophisticated, the end cause, the impact is not that high. So I would not say or affiliate this to Israel, but I do think it has something to do with an inside involvement, part of the escalation on the government.
All right, Oren Elimelech, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.